Good morning, good people of Montgomery, Alabama. My name is Monica Hall, and I'm reporting to you live from MLK NBC. On this very day 2 years ago, the world witnessed the courageous acts of an African-American woman that began a year-long bus boycott. We have a first-hand exclusive look into the events of December 1st, 1955 that began the Montgomery bus boycott.
Hello, ma'am. Hi. Excuse me, miss. I need a seat on the bus. Will you please get up and go sit somewhere else?
No.
You're not gonna get up?
No.
All right, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Give me 1 moment.
Yes, you're supposed to get up.
It's okay.
You might go to jail if you don't get up. I suggest you get up, miss.
Is it worth it?
Hey, that's on you. It's not on me. I
have someone refusing to get up, particularly a colored person. Yeah, I need a white person to sit down, and she refused to get up. Thank you.
Nice. If I was you, I'd get up.
I'd get up and just turn the other cheek. It's not worth it.
You might as well just get up. You about to go to jail about this, for real?
Man, why won't you get up?
Because I have the right to sit down. I'm on the bus.
Let's go.
No.
Man, I'm not gonna tell you again. Let's go.
Why do you have to get up?
Let's go.
Ice cold Coca-Cola. Perfect refreshment anytime.
There are times every day as you work or you play when a pause would be welcome to you.
Welcome back to MLK NBC. Following the arrest, my colleague Rick Flair had the opportunity to interview a few bystanders outside of the jail where Rosa Parks was being held.
All colors, equal rights for 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 all colors.
Wait, can I interview you guys real quick? How did it make you feel when they told you to get out of your seat?
I felt as I was being treated as a second-class citizen. I don't think it was right and fair that I was forced out of my seat because of my skin color. I feel as if I should just be treated just as the whites.
Interesting. How would you like to be remembered after all of this?
I would like to be remembered as a woman that wanted to be free, so everyone else can be free.
Do you feel as if you were being treated equally after repeatedly being told to get out of your seat?
No, I was definitely not treated equally. I was forced to get out of my seat because of my skin color. No, for someone else that's not black, I was not treated equally.
But do you know that is the law?
Yes, and like I said, it's not fair. I don't think it should be.
Okay, Mr. Officer, sir, before you leave do your job, can I ask you why you're arresting this young lady today?
It's the law. That's all I want to say.
Equal rights for all colors, equal rights for all colors, equal rights for all colors, equal rights for all. Free Rosa Parks.
Today we got a few protesters out here today. I'm about to ask them what they protesting.
Free Rosa
Hello,
Parks.
what you guys protesting about today?
Free Rosa Parks for freedom. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks. We believe that Rosa Parks shouldn't have gotten arrested. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks. Free Rosa Parks.
Lego is here. Hey, kids, look. A whole new world to build. 'Cause Lego is here.
As you can see, everyone was very passionate about the rights of the African-American Montgomery community. Next, we have a live panel moderated by Rick Flair to discuss the afterthoughts of the boycott.
Hello, this is MLK NBC, reporting live from Alabama, Montgomery. We have
Dolly,
Monica.
Edwin.
And Brandon.
So today, I'm coming to you guys to see how you guys feel about Rosa Parks. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding that. So I'm gonna ask you first, Brandon. Do you feel Rosa Parks was right on keeping her seat in the back of the bus even though it was a white man standing?
No, I don't believe that. I believe she should have got up because back then we were equal, but there were still differences between us. And as a white man, I believe that my white brethren should have been sitting down as well, not waiting for no black female to get out and sit herself in the back of the bus.
And to second his motion, I think that there are rules for reasons, and they disobeyed the rules, so now she deserves her discipline. And if there were spots for her to sit in the back of the bus, why did she feel like she had the need to sit in front of the bus where we people belong?
Interesting.
So I do believe that Rosa Parks had the right to remain in her seat, even though that there was a white man standing, simply because all people are made equal. Rosa Parks, after a long day of work, she deserved just as much as that man to take a seat after a long day of work.
I feel like it was strongly right for her to keep her seat, only because the bus was labeled as two sections, a white section and a black section, and she was sitting in her black section. So even though there was a white person standing up, the bus driver had no right for her to tell her to get up, simply because she was sitting in the Negro section.
Okay, and I'll stop you there, please.
Yes. No, I did not finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If she was sitting, excuse me, ma'am. If she was sitting in the white section, of course. But as a result, she was sitting in her right section. Another white person should have just scooted over, and they could have sat next to each other. But Rosa Parks was right. I believed in her, and I strongly would agree with her for her to sit there and not get up to give a white man that bus seat. Thank you. Now you can go ahead.
Now let me tell you this. Did you see how the rules were set up though?
Does not matter.
There's a reason why there's
rules were
rules
set
there
up
for a
though.
reason.
The rules stated that there is a white section and a black section, but if there's a white person standing, that black person must stand up.
But aren't we all created equal?
But didn't the rules state that was supposed to happen?
It's okay.
And you are not obligated to take a seat. We did that on our behalf to allow you to sit down. But you could have stand up too and let the white man stand up.
No, I didn't have to stand up.
Why do you think that?
I didn't have to stand up because I was sitting in my section, even though the rule said that I should have got up.
Okay, even though
the rule breaks all the time.
Okay, so because you break the rules, there's some consequences.
No, I feel like it was a matter of fact.
Is there consequences when you break the rules?
Excuse me, ma'am. I feel like it was a
question.
I don't have to answer the question. I feel like it was a matter of fact that I had to.
Sorry to cut you guys off. Did the bus boycott do anything to help the black community?
No, it didn't.
We're not obligated to.
They all got killed anyways. Does it matter?
Well, I'm black and I'm still alive, so that alone is not true. But I do believe that the bus boycott did do something very positive for the black community. I feel like it was a jump start to what needed to happen anyways. There were very unfair laws set in place at the time, and I believe that this was a way to have everything regulated and everything equal for both black and white individuals.
Okay, you talk about the positivity, but do you also remember the negativity that it brought too? There were gun violence, there were fights, there were riots due to the boycott that you guys taken. Amount of lives that were lost because of one person that decided to disobey the rules.
Okay, I understand that, but let's look at it from a whole perspective. See, all Rosa Parks did was sit in a seat. And
in her right seat, though.
In the correct seat.
Yes.
And as a result of that, she was aggressively arrested by a white male officer.
Because she was being disobedient.
So, do you believe that it's the black people that was actually causing the aggression and the violence, or was it the white counterparts that caused and started up the violence? Because the bus boycott as a whole did not start off with an aggressive action.
No.
It did not start off with violence. It started off with a woman being wrongly accused of, doing something that was unjust and unfair, which in reality she deserved just as much as the white man to have that seat.
And I will add to what she was saying. The boycott itself was not produce anything violent. All they did was they refused to take the bus for a long time. So imagine just walking for a long period of time for your destination, wherever you had to go. These people were not burning down nothing. They were simply walking on their foot, whatever they had to do, wherever they had to go to get to their destination. The white people saw it as a problem, but us blacks, we felt as if we were proving our rights on the bus. We should be sitting anywhere we want to, not just as on a white section or a black section. So to tie it in,
I feel like we were right for doing the bus boycott.
If male political figures such as MLK and Ralph Abernathy had shown support in the Montgomery bus boycott, do you believe it would have been as impactful?
I do believe it would have been as impactful. I don't believe that the men that took part in the bus boycott made the bus boycott. I believe that the movement itself was very impactful and it was very important, seeing that, you know, it was a movement towards civil rights and civil equality for the African Americans in Montgomery.
I don't agree.
Yeah, me neither.
Because let's think about it. 2 years ago, male figures are still a dominant person. And if MLK weren't there to back up the bus boycott, there wouldn't have been a bus boycott.
And between with MLK and Ralph, I think that if they did not help her start this bus boycott, it would not have been such an impact that it is today, because I've made my research myself and I noticed that Rosa Parks was not the first woman that actually did a boycott, when she did not stand up for a white man in the bus, and it wasn't as impactful as this one is. Her name was Claudette Calvin, and the same thing with her. She did not move her seat for someone else, and it did not have an impact as much as Rosa Parks did, because Martin Luther King and Ralph helped out in the situation.
Well, I agree that, you know, the incident with Claudette was not as important, or it wasn't, not to say it wasn't as important, but it wasn't as broadcasted as the events with Rosa Parks. But that wasn't because she didn't have anybody, like any male figures, to back her up. I believe that was more or less just because she wasn't really in a position to stand trial or to be like a focal point for a civil rights movement, saying that, you know, the society that she lives in and the community that she lives in is so conservative. With her being 15 years old and her being pregnant at the time, I believe that it would have been more or less, the focus would have been taken off of what she was fighting for and put onto the fact, like, try to put her into a space where she was seen as a bad person, or seen as like she was loose or something like that, seeing that she was so young and she was pregnant at the same time. But even apart from that, there was the Tallahassee bus boycott that took place as well, and that was actually successful also, and that was without the support of Martin Luther King or Ralph Abernathy. I feel like it depends on really the time, the place, and the people that are taking part in it. Not to say that it has to be men, but just to say that they have to see it fit to put the public attention on it.
You know, I have to agree with her, because the Tallahassee bus boycott was successful without, it was just 2 women only that started the movement. No men were involved, so technically Martin Luther King was impactful to the Montgomery bus boycott.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut you guys off. You guys, both arguments had good opposing sides. Some aspects I might see as being like biased when it comes to the race, so the discretion on the white people's side, and the black people, they had good points, but I didn't see any racial bias. So now we're going to close out this nice discussion we had. Nice to have you guys here today, Edwin, Monica, Dolly, and Brandon.
America's favorite game. Yes, baseball's the game. And here's one team that knows how to travel in big league style. In Chevrolet's big, handsome Bel Air Beauville station wagon.
Thank you, Rick, for that great discussion. We're going on 11 a.m. and that concludes today's news broadcast. Montgomery, have a great day.
I stopped it.
Free Rosa Parks! Free Rosa Parks!
It's 1901. I was this close. Okay. Where do you be at? Like, where do you be at?